Act now in your early 60s. Stanford study shows why. That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of Live Wiser, Not Smarter. Have you heard about this new Stanford study that humans age dramatically in two bursts at age 44, then age 60? It's been around in the media recently because it's a new study came out in August, and it's been on Japanese TV too. So it was on this TV program yesterday or like 2 days ago, and then this doctor appeared, Dr. Takuji Shirasawa, who is an expert on longevity and anti-aging in Japan. He is the author of the book called 長寿県長野の秘密, which means the secret of a longevity prefecture, Nagano. In fact, I introduced him in one of my videos before called 7 Longevity Secrets of Nagano, the King of Japanese Blue Zones. So on the TV program, Dr. Takuji Shirasawa analyzed this Stanford research, and at the end of the program, he gives 2 tips of what you can do to prevent aging, which I will introduce at the end of this video. So please watch the video until the end. Thank you. Now, so before we thought 65 and 75 are the critical age. Often people experience physical decline at those periods. At 65, often people feel they get easily tired, they cannot run anymore, and especially at 75, it's a critical time. You drastically lose physical function, and many people start developing disease around this age. However, according to this Stanford research, 60 is another critical age, or 44. Yeah, they say 2 times 44 and 60. But those of us who are in our early 60s, 60 is the time to pay attention to. So instead of waiting until 65, we need to act now. Now is the time to act. Okay, so then what can we do then? To prevent aging, there are 2 areas to look into. One is disease prevention, the other is injury prevention. And in this particular study, they talked about at around age 60 or early 60s, you have a higher risk of cardiovascular disease and immune regulation and kidney function decline. So you need to pay attention to those areas for your disease prevention. And for injury prevention, many people experience muscle loss around age 60. Okay, so let's break them down. But before that, I have a favor to ask you. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please subscribe so that you will not miss my videos. Thank you. Now, disease prevention, you need to pay attention to heart health, of course, and gut health, because for the immune regulation, gut is often responsible. For example, I talked about butyrate, didn't I? Butyrate, the short chain fatty acid, which is produced by butyrate producing bacteria. And this bacteria is abundant in the gut of the centenarians in Kyotango region in Japan, which has 3 times as many centenarians as the national average. And the butyrate is responsible for immune function. Therefore, gut health is critical when it comes to immune health. And then kidney health. Okay, when you look at heart health, gut health, kidney health, it sounds like all organs are important. You need to pay attention to lung and liver as well. And of course, brain. Therefore, heart health, gut health, kidney health, brain health, you need to pay attention to general organs in your body. How about injury prevention? Of course, muscle health. Because you experience muscle loss, you need to work on preserving muscle mass and improving muscle strength. But also, you need bone health too. To prevent falling, you need to have strong bone and flexibility. When people talk about muscle health, they often think of muscle strength and building muscles and, increasing your muscle mass and so on. But muscle need to be flexible. Muscle need to be loosened because when you have a tense or stiff muscle, you are more prone to injuries. Therefore, you need to loosen your muscles after exercising. This is a critical point. And balance. In order to prevent falling, you need to have a good balance. So, how to tackle them? One is through diet. There are certain foods that can help your gut health, heart health, brain health. For example, for your heart health, natto is great. Natto can help your blood circulation and heart health in general. And gut health, I mean, natto is actually good for the gut too. But fiber, especially highly fermentable fiber, can become good feed for butyrate producing bacteria. Now, when you talk about diet, fasting is included. Fasting is good for your gut too. So you can kind of think of fasting as a part of diet too. And then exercise. Exercise is wonderful for both disease prevention and injury prevention. Then you can think of brain training. I mean, both diet and exercise are good for your brain too, but there are specific activities or specific exercise you can do to improve or maintain your cognitive function. And then finally, sleep. Many people say sleep is the most important factor of your health. So you need a good quality sleep. Plus, there are a few things such as heat and cold exposure. Because if you don't like to exercise, for example, heat and cold exposure can be a good way to help your cardiovascular health if you don't want to go jogging and things. Okay, so what exactly can we do in each area? That depends on each person. I cannot really say do this or do that for every single person. You have a different activity depending on your environment, depending on your personality. You need to figure this out yourself. And to do that, there are three ways to measure. Now, one, you want to know the optimal approach or the ideal approach, the optimal diet or the optimal exercise, because now we have scientific information about what is optimal now. So first, find out what optimal approaches are, then look for ways that are doable, whether you can do it or not, whether it is something you can do within your environment. It fits your personality. It fits your physical fitness level. Even though it is optimal, if you cannot practice it, there is no point. You cannot continue doing it. Therefore, doability is critical. Find something optimal yet doable. That is the sweet spot. Now, to find the sweet spot, you can look at whether the activity is synergetic or not, whether the activity has multiple functions, such as natto. Natto is a great food because natto is good for your heart health, it's good for gut health, it's good for the muscles, and it's good for the bones. So something like natto, you find an exercise that has synergetic effect. Now, to do that, the best way is to read my book, Live Wiser, Not Smarter. This book is about exactly this, to find your optimal approach in each area. It covers diet, fasting, exercise, heat and cold exposure, sleep, and brain. It is comprehensive. You'll find everything you need to do to increase your health span. Yet, the book is concise. It's only 106 pages long. You can read it in one day. It's very easy. Also, the book is very unique because it has a good balance of Western science and Eastern philosophy. Now, many longevity books are written by Western scientists, which tend to be science centered. But this book contains some perspective from Oriental philosophy, such as, you need to lose some muscle kind of thing. That is often missing in many of the books. So if you want a balanced approach, this is a book for you. Okay, so what about the advice by Dr. Takuji Shirasawa? Now, maybe you don't want to bother reading my book, even though if it's short, still you don't want to take time to read and you don't want to think about optimal approach in each area and figuring out doable and synergetic method, and it's too much for you. Then his advice is useful because he just gives two simple things. It's anyone can do. It's very easy and simple to remember too. So for diet, eat colorful food, rainbow colored food. He says rainbow colors is the key word. You can look for food with red color, green color, purple color, orange color, colorful food. Because one of the problems when we reach 60 is we have a problem of oxidation. And you need antioxidants. And all those colorful food contain polyphenols, which are antioxidants. So if you want to know one thing about diet, eat rainbow colored food. And then how about the exercise? Do stair walking. So forget about doing the strength training and jogging and all those things. Now, strength training is often recommended. In fact, the main doctor, Michael Snyder, the main doctor of the research, Stanford research, Michael Snyder recommends strength training too. So strength training is fine, but the problem is, number one, you have to go to the gym and you have to get changed. And when you go into the gym, there are many bulky people out there, and you feel, oh my goodness, I don't have that kind of muscles. And so there's so much pressure to work out in the gym. And then sometimes strenuous training, too strenuous training is not good for you. That's what Dr. Shirasawa says, because it produces reactive oxygen species. So you want to choose moderate activity. And stair walking is a perfect exercise. It's moderate enough, yet it's strenuous enough. It's more strenuous than walking. Walking is good too, by the way, but stair walking add a little more pressure, so it becomes a good strength training to good leg strength training. And this is exactly the kind of thing you will need as you reach 65 or 75, especially after 75. Many people find difficult to walk up stairs. So start practicing it now. Yeah, if you make it your daily habit, then you will get used to walking up and down the stairs. So by the time you reach 75, you will continue to be able to do it. And it's very simple, easy, anyone can do. You can find stairs anywhere at the train station, the shopping mall, department stores. So wherever you find stairs, just walk up and down the stairs. It's easy and simple. So two things, eat rainbow colored food and then walk up and down the stairs. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya, the author of Live Wiser, Not Smarter. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and please subscribe to my channel and please leave your comment. Are you in your early 60s and what do you do to tackle aging? Thank you. Well, I will see you in the next video. Live with your Ikigai!